Melatonin production should guide our eating window. Winter, less. Summer, more. Dr. Mindy Pelz with Dr. Shawn Baker.
I believe that the first step that all humans on the planet right now need to take is let's just stop eating all day. Like stop eating before you go to bed, stop eating when you wake up. Doesn't matter what you're eating. We have to start to compress this eating window. Okay, so the research shows 10-hour eating window can overturn the metabolic syndrome type damage that's happening from food. So now we take this 10-hour eating window and we go, okay, well, where do I put it in my day? The 2 hours before you go to bed, your body is making the most melatonin. And the 2 hours when you get up, your body is still making melatonin. Now, why this is important is because as melatonin goes up, your body becomes more insulin resistant. So if I eat dinner when it's dark, if it's 6 o'clock at night and I see the sun setting, that red light stimulates to my body, I need to make melatonin. So as the sun is setting, as we move into darkness, your body is making melatonin. So we really ideally should be done eating by then. Same thing when we wake up in the morning. You know, we shouldn't necessarily grab the cup of coffee, even if it's a bulletproof style coffee. We shouldn't be eating, breakfast first thing in the first couple of hours in the morning, because the body, once it sees the sunlight and it sees that it's day, it shuts down melatonin production and it starts to stimulate cortisol. Your cortisol production will peak about 2 hours after you wake up. So I call these bookends. These are the times, 2 hours before you go to bed, 2 hours when you wake up. Let's not eat then. So now we can look at the eating window being more in the middle of the day. If you go back and you think we're so primally designed in the wintertime, our bodies are meant to be more in ketosis. We're meant to go into more of a hibernation place where we are not needing as much food. Because that's what the primal people did. They didn't have food access, so they relied on their ketogenic energy system to get them through the winter. So, but in the summer, we have these longer days, but also we're given more, nature provides us more food. There was more daylight hours for the cave people to go make a kill. So yeah, as it gets darker, this is where it gets a little more challenging. We really like lunch should be our big meal. And then as we move towards the darkness, we got to think about not eating.
Melatonin production should guide our eating window. Winter, less. Summer, more. Dr. Mindy Pelz with Dr. Shawn Baker. The first step for any human, stop eating all day long. Compress your eating window. The research shows a 10-hour eating window can overturn the metabolic syndrome damage to your health. A 10-hour eating window. 2 hours before bed, your body is making its most melatonin. 2 hours during the waking up time, your body is still making melatonin. Dr. Pelz says, as melatonin goes up, your body becomes more insulin resistant. If you're eating dinner during sunset, the red light stimulates your body to make melatonin. Ideally, you would be done eating by then. Same thing in the morning. Don't grab coffee or breakfast first thing. When the body sees the sunlight, it shuts down melatonin production, and cortisol production peaks. Dr. Pelz says these are compressed window eating bookends, 2 hours before bed and 2 hours after waking. Let's not eat then. Consider that we are primal. In the winter, we are meant to go into ketosis and eat less food. In the summer, nature provides more food and more daylight for hunting. As it gets darker, toward and during winter, lunch should be our big meal. As we move towards the darkness in the evening, consider not eating. Annotated and summarized. Easy to share with loved ones. To view and print these summary notes, see the description below the video title. To view and keyword search This channels hundreds of videos organized by topic and by doctor. Go to doctorstotrust.com.